It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Kingdom Breweries, and it's a bottle of their Dunkel. Kingdom Breweries are based in Cambodia. It's a 5% ABV beer. Let's get it out into a glass and see what we get. I'd like to thank my friend Real Ale 140 for getting us the beer. There's the bottle cap. Nice bit of smoke on the opening. He's a friend, he lives in Barry, he's got a great beer blog. He don't blog so much anymore, but when he does, it's a great blog. He was out in our local beer shop and he saw this and he thought, you know what, Mr. Real Ale likes to review beers from around the world, so I'll pick a couple of these up for him. So yeah, a beer from Cambodia. What do you make of that then, guys? So, beer in the glass. It's definitely a Dunkel style beer. Nice deep mahogany coloured ale. Quite clear, one finger head. Slightly off-white head there. Let's get the aroma. Smells a little bit like pennies. That kind of carbonated penny-like aroma, you know it's going to come through in the taste as well. Other than that, there's a little bit of chocolate, a little bit of coffee. A dark lager aroma. Let's dive in. Cheers. Drinkable. There's a little bit of, well, more than a little bit. There's an element of chocolate, coffee and caramel. Loads of kind of bready, biscuity taste. But right in there, right behind all of that, there's this kind of generic lager taste to the beer, and you wondered if the base of the beer, if you stripped the ingredients back, it would be a lager, and then they kind of added some, or at the start of the process they would have added some roasted malt, but I'd say the majority of the ingredients are kind of basic lager, maybe a bit of rice, maybe a bit of corn. You certainly taste that. It's not bad. It's not bad by any means. I think I've just been on a run of drinking some of the best Dunkels in the world from Germany over the last month, and I think it's just unfortunate for this beer to come along when it did. Maybe if I was maybe 2 years ago, a year ago, when I wasn't as experienced with this style of beer, because I purposely now go looking for this beer. This style of beer, this Dunkel Dunkler Doppelbock style beer. Big fan of it. Big fan of the bigger ABV ones as well. Big chewy mouthfeel, loads of bready malt, loads of kind of everything going on in the beer. And then you kind of get to this, and although I'm saying yes, it's okay, it's not a bad beer, you wouldn't pour it down the sink, it just doesn't compete with the Dunkels I've been drinking recently. But then again, saying that, it's a beer from Cambodia. It's not a German beer. It doesn't have to. I'm not sure actually. The last beer I did, or I reviewed from these guys, they actually conformed to the Reichsgebot. And I'm not sure. It didn't say conforming to the Reichsgebot here. But I thought that was pretty impressive. I think I reviewed a Pilsner, some kind of lager from them. It was okay again. So I suppose you've got to look at the heat, how hot it is out there. and they've probably made it a little bit more refreshing, a little bit more drinkable, more sessionable, maybe fit 4 or 5 bottles in, rather than a big kind of Dunkel Doppelbock where you probably enjoy one, pardon me, over an evening. So I suppose you've got to consider all of these different things. I suppose if I was in Cambodia, I was boiling hot on a bar and this came along, it would be perfectly fine. But in terms of being absolutely honest and absolutely fair, it's too thin, it's too much like a lager, there's not enough of the roasted malt coming through, chocolate, coffee, caramel, and not enough of the German yeast either in the beer. But then again, like I say, it's okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and rate it. I'm going to give this a 6 out of 10. It's an average beer. It's not an amazing beer, it's not a great beer, but it's, you know, I'm sure it would do well in a Cambodian bar in the 45-degree heat. It would be absolutely smashing. So would I encourage you guys to go and check it out? I think they were £1.99 a bottle. I think if you were looking for something maybe to try this a little bit different and it was £1.99, I would buy it and just chill out with it. But I wouldn't kind of recommend it if it was any more than that. If it was kind of £2.50, £3, £3.50, I'd say, nah, look at something else. But for £1.99 a bottle, it's not too bad. Thanks for watching. Put your comments in the comments box. Please subscribe to our daily beer reviews, and cheers.